However, let's move right on to your reading now, okay? Remember, this reading will not resonate with every single one of you guys. Also, check out all your monthlies. I have your November monthly up, Tauruses. I also have all the other November monthlies up for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. So go check those out, guys. Those are all up, and they actually show my face in them for once. I don't know if I'll do that every month. We'll see. I might do special videos where I show my face, so it's just kind of like... It's kind of annoying to set up the whole system like with that, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know how you guys liked it. I feel a little bit more comfortable doing readings like this, though. Anyways, all right. Beginning of the week for my Tauruses. I am using my Hobbit deck here. My Hobbit Tarot deck here for your main spread, for your reign and career for the week. All right, general and career for my Tauruses. Where will they be at the beginning of the week? Where will they be at the beginning of the week? Alright, Taurus is this week. Beginning of the week for my Tauruses, where will they be at? General energies, oppositions, offers. First, we get the Seven of Coins. So we're working towards something. We can see the goal coming in here. We can see ourselves reaching that end goal soon. We could be, you know, just really focusing on getting there at the beginning of the week, especially if in terms of work, in terms of making money and our careers situations right now, financial situations. We're working towards a goal, and that's really what we're focused on at this time and not much else. All right, as we move towards the middle of the week here, what is the energy for my Tauruses? What will be happening? Oppositions, opportunities, and general life and career for them. We get Temperance, and there's that Sagittarian energy. Again, we have Mercury retrograde moving into Sagittarius. Sorry, what is it? Mercury retrograde against Sagittarius. Cannot say it right. It also speaks of a need to kind of temper our feelings, temper our want to kind of rush forward and do things. Because I feel like with all this retrograde energy, we're feeling stagnant, feeling stuck, and wanting to move forward, wanting to do something more, wanting to have more emotional and financial fulfillment, and we can't really have that at this time. It has to happen slowly, and instead of jumping into something, rushing into a decision here, what we need to do is really think about it, temper our feelings, temper our emotions at this time. It also speaks of a Sagittarius, so maybe we're working towards something. Maybe a Sagittarius will be involved this week or coming forward to help us with something or with something else. So as we move towards the middle to the end of the week here, move through that retrograde switch up. What is going to be coming forward? What will be the main focuses for my Tauruses there? We get the Tower, a huge, huge moment here, a Tower moment. We are having a Tower moment here. And at the end of the week, what do we get? So something huge might be ending here. Something could be coming to, again, I feel like when the Tower comes up, something is definitely coming to a close. Something is happening suddenly, very surprisingly, very stressful. It doesn't have to always be bad, though, but it can happen very, very suddenly. At the end of the week for my Tauruses, where will they be at in their general lives, career, opportunities, oppositions? Where will they be at? What does the Tower bring in at the end of the week here? The Devil, interesting. A negative cycle or a Capricorn. We're going to have to pull some clarifiers here because these are some interesting cards around this Tower energy. Please show me some of the circumstances from Temperance to the Tower here. From the middle of the week to the end of the week here. Show me some of the clarification. Show me the messages. What is happening behind Temperance and the Tower here? What is coming forward here with Temperance and the Tower for my Tauruses this coming week? With the Six of Coins, balancing out here. A need to balance things out. Somebody coming in maybe to help us. Getting some money here. Having somebody come in and give us some money finally. It feels like we're having a balancing out of a financial situation. What is coming in with the Tower and the Devil here? The Tower and the Devil for Tauruses towards the end of the week. What does the Tower bring forward? Tower to the Devil here. The Empress, our manifestation powers, which is really interesting to be finding these beautiful cards under these intense imagery, especially both of Smog, where he's both burning things down here. The Tower indicates something ending, a huge sudden disruption that we maybe don't expect. When we get the Devil next to it too, I mean, it's usually a negative thing here. It's usually quite negative. It's very interesting. No, the Tower really talks about, you know, needing to build on solid foundations, and are suddenly realizing the truth about a situation or a person, or having, a sudden upheaval, a sudden trauma. Sudden change coming from outside forces here is really what it tells us. It is better to accept these changes rather to resist them. We have to open our heart and accept these changes. Allow them in here. This is not a negative situation. It really feels like. It feels like there's balance being restored. There is, there's love being restored. We are opening our hearts to this. We're opening ourselves up to this because we know that it will balance us out, that it may knock out this devil energy. So what comes in with the devil here at the end? Let's see, the devil. Clarify the situation with the devil at the end of the week for my Tauruses. What is this Tower, Empress, Devil situation? Where does it leave them at the end of the week in terms of their general life and career? Could be dealing with some heavy situations. We could be leaving a job. We could be having sudden, random, like a sudden random offer or something huge come in here that is very, very magical. I mean, it's so strange to me because the devil in this deck is usually a very negative card, but also, I mean, with the Magician, it feels like we are working our way around this situation. We see ourselves in a negative point here with the devil, and yet we're moving out of the energy is really what it feels like. It really feels like we're contradicting it with the Magician here and the Empress. We're contradicting the negative aspects of both of these cards, of both of the meanings here. It's negative tendencies that are blocking us, but what are we doing with the Magician and the Empress? We're working around them. We're opening our heart to this change. We're opening our heart to something coming to a close here, a sudden upheaval, a sudden huge change from an outside force, and we are accepting it, and I feel like it is going to help us. I feel like it is balancing us out, and it is bringing something forward. It might have something to do with Capricorn. It doesn't have to be a negative, person or a negative situation. It's really also saying we might be manipulated into taking actions without thinking about their consequences, only to regret them later, though. So the devil does say, with the Magician here, be aware. Be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of what you're bringing in here because, again, you've asked for this. Be careful what you've asked for is kind of what I'm getting here. So some of you, it could be a work situation that is going to end up, like, being very difficult, being very stressful, but I don't feel like it is going to be totally negative, Taurus. I feel like kind of like you're thriving in this energy. And if you're working with a Capricorn, I do think it's really, really good energy here, where we are manifesting our highest dreams, our highest desires. We're bringing in a lot of money with the Empress and the Magician. This is high abundance. This is manifesting in abundance. It's using our magic. It's using everything that we have here. Life is going to definitely be what you make of it with both of these cards here. They're both manifestors. It's time to use your initiative to communicate and use your powers of persuasion to open your heart and really open yourself up to these changes and manifest, manipulate them as best you can. When this energy comes in, manipulate it, work your way around it, work your way around the negative aspects of it, and, realize that you asked for this, you wanted this to come in, you wanted more. The Magician tells me that you've been, you've been trying to manifest the same with the Empress and the Magician here, and something is coming back. Maybe it's money or a situation, abundance coming back from the past here, and it's showing up during this Sagittarian timing. I don't know. Something huge is coming in this week, Tauruses. You're going to have to let me know. It doesn't seem bad, though. I do feel like it's going to put us in a better position, considering we did see the Empress, which is our card there, That's really beautiful energy. All right. Let's move on to your love and relationships. Okay, love and romance for my Tauruses. Remember, guys, if you want to book a private reading, $5 off until the end of November, okay? $5 off of any of my readings, and you can book that with all the information right below this video in the description box. All right, and I'm going to use my Gustav Klimt deck for your love and romance half of the reading, okay? So, relationships, love, and romance for my Tauruses this week. Where will they be at the beginning of the week? In terms of love and romance. In terms of relationships, where can I expect them to be at the beginning of the week here? Situations, offers, opportunities, challenges in the love and romance fields here in their romantic lives. Come on, give me something. Ooh, there we go. Three of Wands. We're seeing ourselves move forward here. We're seeing, the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands are all about planning and using that initial energy. The Three of Wands is stepping into that or seeing things come back to you, things that you have put out there. So what else is coming forward for love and romance as we move towards those retrogrades, as we move towards the middle of the week there? Retrogrades switch up. What is coming forward in terms of love and romance this week for my Tauruses? So we move towards the middle of the week. Ooh, there you guys are showing up in your energy here. This is, I mean, this is the Taurus card here, the Hierophant. When the Hierophant shows up, it's the energy, I mean, it's your energy, it's your all-knowing energy. It's also our highest selves coming in really clutch here. It's also saying to take things slow, to do things in a more traditional manner this week, maybe. Again, with that retrograde energy, we don't want to be going off the rails. If we want things to work out, we're going to have to foresee them, you know, come out slowly. Oh, we get the Ten of Pentacles, abundance of love here. A solid foundation, feeling really, really wealthy and abundant. Maybe you guys are on vacation, or you're talking about going on vacation, but money is coming in at this time, and we're feeling really abundant and really wealthy in our relationships, really on a solid, stable foundation as well. Could also have something to do with friends or family this week, that, you know, maybe we're having a good time with friends or family with our loved one, or maybe we're meeting somebody through those situations. Ten of Pentacles, we could also be thinking about a situation that might have happened in October that we've been moving forward slowly on, and we're finally starting to see the situation develop. All right, at the end of the week here, after we get through those retrogrades, at the end of the week, where will they be at in terms of love and romance, my Tauruses? Ooh, there we go. There we go, guys. That came out on our side, so I do feel that we are getting there. We're getting back to a more solid, stable position. We might not be feeling as talkative or as outgoing right now, but this is very much your energy here. This is your energy. Solid, stable, grounded, loving, nurturing. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is very kind of sensual, loving, caring. Her heart is open. She might be a little bit quiet, but she's very connected, very nurturing. And that's our energy right now. We're ready to nurture, we're ready to open our hearts to new love. We're experiencing abundance of care and an abundance of, you know, feeling like we're on a really solid foundation. We're seeing ourselves get to where we want to be. We might be seeing ourselves work towards a foreseeable future where we can see ourselves like be where we finally want to be. We could see ourselves, you know, being like, I think in our relationship we could finally get there. Or, you know, I'm finally going to be at the point, if you're single, where I feel like I can date people soon. But right now, this week is like kind of an inner focus. It feels like we're focusing on ourselves and where we see ourselves going. We're focusing on, yes, our inner selves, but also our relation to the outer world, and especially our relationships in that aspect. Where do we see ourselves, like, in a few months, in a few years, in a relationship, not in a relationship, as a parent, as not a parent? You know, what do we need to be to get to those points in a relationship? Do we need to do work on ourselves? These are all questions that we're going to ask ourselves, and we're going to find answers by looking, I feel like, almost inward and outward. You know, you're going to be looking towards the outside world. Where do I want to move? Where do I want to live? Where do I see my relationship going? Maybe we should, I feel like some of you guys might be considering moving, might be considering travel, might be considering, again, yeah, like especially even if we're single or in a relationship, we could be considering those things. And we're looking inward and kind of thinking about it this week. We're seeing, is our money enough? Is our situation enough? I know this is the love part of the reading, but I feel like very much this has to do with our relationship at this time. This might be a conversation that we're having, or maybe we're feeling really, really solid and grounded, and we're thinking, I wonder where this is going right now. I wonder how this is all going to play out. So this is a very interesting week for you guys for love and romance. It doesn't feel too much like there's a lot of like actual movement, but there's a lot of thought about it. So guys, thank you guys so much. Oh, actually, what am I doing? I need to do your Oracle deck. Let's get a card from Oracle for you guys this week as a nice card of advice. Now, we're feeling a lot more, I don't know, Taurus energy is really interesting right now because I feel that it is going through a lot of internal changes, and also there's a lot of external changes happening as well. So it's a lot to think about, a lot to consider. So this week might be a good week to just kind of sit back and let it happen and be open to wherever we're going to go through whatever is happening this week, because it could be a little crazy with that, you know, tower energy and such. But in love and relationships, it feels like we're very solid, very stable, so we don't have to worry so much about it, okay? All right. Advice for my Tauruses this week. Advice for my Tauruses moving forward. This week, advice for them from Spirit here. Ooh, we get zombie control. Really, really awesome. I love this card. Okay, zombie. And again, guys, if you haven't, go check out your November readings. I did them face on this time. I did all the readings face on, or most of them. I don't think I did Sagittarius and Pisces, I think, face on. But everybody else is. And so those are all up, so check them out for your sun, moon, and rising. All right, the dead arise, voices are mumbling. After our brains, our screams, they are tumbling. All right, should the zombie step unsteadily into your life, it's time to look at the concept of control. Do you want to control everything, leaving little to free expression? Do you choose partners who are not your equals so that they are more easily manipulated and changed to your liking? Or do you allow that to happen to you? If you are not living your most authentic life, it's time to look at why and how to change that. All right, Tauruses. So if we are not living, if we're not happy in our situation, if we feel stagnant, stuck, lost, and unhappy, I do think that this week we're going to really be thinking about where we see ourselves. Where do we see ourselves at our happiest? What do we want to do with our lives? Where do we see ourselves going? And do we let other people control like where we end up in relationships, in jobs, etc.? Our families, you know, their input. Other people's input seems to often control Tauruses, but you know what? We're stronger than that. So this week, go on your own path. Choose your own destination. You know, take control here. All right, and also, you know, think about the aspects of controlling your life. Do you try to control situations? Do you need to feel controlled, to feel comfortable? Or do you know, or is it an opposite situation where we never feel like we're in control and other people seem to be controlling every aspect of our lives? These are all things that we might be thinking about this week. Is the aspect of control within our life? Do we have control where we are right now? Do we have, can we take control moving forward? And are we trying to exert too much control? Okay? All right, Tauruses, I think that was a really good reading for you guys. Comment, subscribe, let me know how it all resonates, okay, guys? If you hit that little bell, you will be notified every time I put up all my weeklies and my monthlies, any of my pick a card readings. So check that out as well. Click that little bell, that little wiggly bell thing, and the subscribe button. Also check out all your November monthlies and all the weeklies for your sun, moon, and rising. And remember, I have $5 off of all of my private reading prices right now. So if you want to book a private reading, check out just below this video and you can book a private reading with me. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for all your support. Have a wonderful week, Tauruses.